Hey guys, so this is Megasmolers here doing another video review. This is gonna be for Armada, Transformers Armada Tidalwave. Yeah, I just bought them in the mail. Okay, so I'm just gonna put them all together for you. First of all, to start off with this, you want to, for the aircraft carrier, you just want to break out these two parts like that. Just hook it up here to the battleship portion of it. I bet there's an easier way to do that, but no. So those two parts are together. This is a little bit more complicated, but not by much. Yeah, you just separate it out like that until you see that weird looking part. Then it'll fit into that slot right there. So there you go. And you just basically fold it underneath here to come up with your big giant combined sea vessel monstrous whatever. That's pretty cool. It's kind of hefty. That's Tidalwave. Now we're going to transform him into a robot. So what you do is just fold these parts down. You want to rotate this tire bit around. There we go. You want to raise the feet. Pull out the ankle. Pull out the heel. Sorry. You can raise these up too, so stop opening up that silly thing. Just make sure that you fold up the fins. Then you can basically stand them up like that. Now that you have them set like that, you want to go to the top now, up here. Then the aircraft carrier basically splits in two. You just rotate it down like that. Just make sure that you have enough clearance. And right here, you just, Then you want to turn the this front place around, like so. Fold the arms down, then, until you come up with something like that. Okay. Then you can pull up the head. There we go. I know that you see barely his head. You could turn, bend the elbows, fold down the fingers, raise up the hand, or raise up the thumb, and there you go. So this is Tidalwave. He's one crazy figure. I think he's the biggest thing I have right now. Although I'm trying to get the Hercules line, the third party. I think that'll be bigger. Yeah, I wish I had Ramjet though, but I don't have them. Alright, so here we are. A Tidalwave in this robot form. There's nothing really fancy on the back. You see all the wheels and stuff. Here's more wheels. I think technically you can lay him down. Fold up the heel. Yeah, he could roll on his back like a land vehicle, but that wouldn't make any sense. He's supposed to be a towering monstrosity, so there you go. Yeah, and if you pull this down, the turret's actually rotated in and out, but because I don't have Ramjet, I'm not going to do it. Here's some flybys. He looks pretty cool. Nipples of Destruction, Decepticon symbol. More Decepticon symbols. Yeah, he's just an awesome figure. He's kind of boxy. All his vehicle forms are kind of boxy. Okay, so we have them all in three parts. The battleship with the dual front part, I have no idea. Out of all things, this guy's the weirdest. But then this guy has the most mod heavy firepower. And he does launch missiles too, although I took those out. The missiles goes in here. I like the paint, but they only painted the top part brown. Before I got this figure, I thought this part was gonna be the cockpit. But then that's up here. Yeah, has lots of pegs. And here's the aircraft carrier, which I think it looks kind of cool, but it's kind of blocky. It's like a brick. To be honest, I thought it should be a little bit more slender, and it'll still make a perfectly good arm for Tidalwave. And this thingamajig makes up the legs. Technically, these will still be way too big for humans, but of course, it's made for minicons. So, but I don't have that many minicons, and I don't have the minicon for this figure. Because technically, humans would be roughly about the size of that peg. I do have a Mega Bloks character. Maybe he might fit in that peg. Yeah, there he goes. For humans about this big, this guy will be a giant. But then the peg does work for him. There you go. And here's a, yeah. I wanted to try it out. They were selling the Mega Bloks characters for really cheap. Just got this guy out of the blue, and he does come with a Mega Bloks stand, but whatever's. All right, yeah, that gimmick is kind of cool. This gimmick is kind of cool too, and it just flings open besides a spring over there. But what's an aircraft carrier without, aircraft? But, oh well. At least it's proportional to each other. If you measure it by the cockpit size, if a human was really like that size, this peg height, fitting in there, then it's proportional to this one too. This one's, yeah, that'll be proportional to this one. They didn't color the windows black like they did with the battleship portion of it, and also the landing craft portion of it. You could easily mistake this for like maybe a flying vessel, but the only thing that makes it really stick out is this. Like those World War II landing crafts where soldiers are storming the beach. Yeah. It looks a lot, I don't know, it doesn't seem to represent any human vessel that I know of. This one maybe. This one definitely. And out of all these three, this one looks the least blocky, but they can make this any way they want, but it basically represent the legs. They don't have their own robot forms. They're all three part of one big robot, Tidalwave. So that's kind of cool. If I were to get one of these vessels, I think I'll pick this one. Yeah. I mean, if he came with the jets or helicopters or any other thing. But if I didn't, if I had to pick one of them, like let's say in real life, real life, okay. If I had to get a vessel about one of these sizes, most likely it'll be this guy. But look at all these cannons, man. He could like school everyone. But of course you need like a skeleton crew. But that'd be cool. Looks big enough. Like the front part reminds me of like a submarine, somewhat, but that's not a submersible. It's like a half battleship. It's like this part was just like randomly put together. Like the top part will rotate around. There you can see the top of the head. Oops. There we go. One more time. There we go. Yeah. And then I like the paint scheme on this guy. I wish the lines went all the way down. Because on a real aircraft carrier they have these two parts on the very front where they launch the planes. Then they have another weird ramp for incoming planes. Yeah. I don't know what I'm talking about. I only have been to one aircraft carrier museum. That's only in California. All that I know of. There might be more on the East Coast. This one seems to roll the best. If you've ever seen an aircraft carrier roll on land, this will be it. But yeah, the one aircraft carrier that I've been to, like it was humongous, and I'm trying to imagine this as that size. It's like I remember climbing. Let's see, walking from here to all the way down there took me like, I don't know. I'm fat and lazy, so it took me a little while. I imagine that. No, not this guy. But this guy will take a long time to walk from end to end too. I'm just jibber jabbering. I love craft. I like jets. I like aircraft carriers because they're like the modern marvel of today's age, except for maybe for nuclear submarines or something or another. I haven't seen anything more high tech than that. Maybe stealth fighters, stuff like. I don't even know what I'm going off with this. But yeah, if anything, this guy would be more like a submarine figure than both of these. Although this guy has the torpedo-looking things. So, out of everything, this one should be a submersible. Of course, you guys, I don't have the Transformers Encyclopedia with me. I think that'll give me more answers. I'm quite sure none of them are submersible, so. But that would be cool. This would be cool as a submersible. These guys cool too. Like these two, I understand. This one's so random, but has all the guns. So I don't know. Switch angles. As you see here, it comes with these things that you could pull out. So you could put it on Galvatron or Megatron, whatever you want to call them. I haven't seen the series from this one. But this guy's so big, I just wanted him. I thought he looks cool. I like big robots. I'm going to try combining him in a weird way. Just one moment. Okay, so I tried to transform him in a weird way, and this is what I ended up with. Basically, I'm using the arms for the legs, and the legs for the arms. And there's only one way you could pick this guy, so the arms will always have to be up there, and the legs will always have to be coming from down there. You can already see the waist piece up here. Trying to imagine like, yeah, looks weird. But at the same time, I think it's kind of cool that I could just mess around and mistransform him to make something totally different. So that's kind of nice. Then I can actually apply this guy on here. Yeah, that's some type of weird mecha figure. I'm gonna try some mistransformations with lots of my figures and see how far that takes me. I mean, Transformers, they're part robot, part vehicle, part puzzle. So you could either transform him right, or you could transform him wrong, and to make something totally different out of your imagination. So I know lots of Transformers fan of Tidalwave will be pissed off that I'm not doing him justice by transforming him correctly. But technically, I have all the Autobot symbols facing in the right direction. Yeah, at the very least, Decepticon symbol. Sorry. Yeah. So that's I don't know. I think this is kind of cool. Maybe I could. No, the feet only bend like one. The hands only bend one way at the elbow, so this is the only way I could position it. But yeah, this is kind of cool. Just messing around, it just gives this guy so much more flavor. Yeah, I'm gonna mess around with all of my other figures too, just to see how they end up. And no, don't get me wrong, I love Tidalwave. I like his original transformation and everything, but just messing around, using my creative imagination to build something that's totally not right. It's exciting too. It's fun. And I think playing around with Transformers should be what it should be, you know. Or I could do this. Oh, wait a second. Yes. I'll flip this one up. It could be like a. Let me close this up. he could be like a weird crane monster type of creature with 2 legs. Let's see. Let's gonna make him eating. Let's gonna make him eat. There we go. Oh yeah. Now he's a monster with no arms, eating a Mega Bloks Halo figure. I actually mess around with my. Okay, the thing is, I never really mess around with my collection. If that's, I don't ever play with them. I just buy them and basically hoard them off to the side. And I want to mess around with these. It's just I never had the time. Or after I purchase them, like the desire to play with them is not really there. So I think that labels me as a collector more than maybe like a kid playing around with these things. But yeah, I purchased them so I can mess around with them, and so I should. So this is the first figure I'm actually like mistransforming and just having a blast. Yeah. So I think this is pretty awesome. I don't think there's any other way I could really transform him, or mistransform him. But yeah, that looks kind of cool. So a weird bird-like creature with no arms, with no wings. All right, so I'll transform him right then, at least to make things a little more correct. This is big giant beak. Dude, he looks humongous. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'll transform him right before I shut off this video. Yeah, so therefore, here's him in correct transformation in Tidalwave. He is just an awesome figure. I just wish he had something more on the back. I know you guys don't like kibble, so this would be like great, but there's no kibble whatsoever. But I miss it. Yeah, I miss all the junk and stuff. Junk in his trunk. It's only because look at that. It's just way too flat. I mean, he could roll on his back, I think, at the very least. But he has these tires. I mean, these wheels. There's someone up here? No. Yeah, he has his wheels so he could like roll around on his back. But other than that, yeah. And every single, it's not. He's not like a Devastator or Demolisher, where each part like transforms into a separate robot. But it's good. I mean, this is who he is. He's there to like kick ass, and he does kick ass, except when he loses in the video game, which seems kind of odd. You can't kill Tidalwave. You can't hurt Tidalwave. He's just too massive. Maybe Unicron could kick his butt, or maybe Primus, but that's it. I can't imagine any other bot out there that could kick his ass. Like what? An Autobot would be about this big, or technically about this size, right? Compared to him, like a biggest one. Maybe in scale wise, let me see. I mean, Devastator would be maybe about this big at most, compared to him. And he's like what, 5 times, 6 times his height, and he has so many guns. One of these can knock a hole into any Autobot. This guy's the guy to be. Either you run away from this guy, or get killed by this guy. That's the only 2 options you have. And he is just awesome. You could raise his little tiny cans up so he could actually shoot forward. There we go. Not really. He could shoot downward. Everyone's smaller, so that makes sense. Sometimes I wish he had his own personal weapon, but no, he is a weapon. So I guess that makes it up. That makes up for his lack of accessories. All right. So this is my Snow Lizard doing.